All right, let's talk about something tasty. And no, I'm not talking about your latest crush. I'm talking about Twisted Sisters Nutrition of Franklin, Kentucky. These ladies know how to mix up something sweet, sassy, and seriously satisfying. Whether it's a loaded tea that'll have you buzzing in all the right ways, or a protein shake that tastes way too good to be healthy. They've got flavor, they've got energy, and honey, they've got style. One sip and you'll be saying, where have you been all my life? So if you're ready for a little flirtation with fitness, swing by Twisted Sisters Nutrition in Franklin. It's the healthiest relationship you'll ever fall for. Tell the girls at the counter you're with the Fine By Me podcast and get $1 off your order.
Fine by me.
Because you deserve it. Located at 104 South Main Street in beautiful Franklin, Kentucky.
Franklin, Kentucky.
Go ahead and go get you a tea. Or you can call in order to go at 270-532-0710. Go on, treat yourself. Take a load off and grab a seat. Pull up a chair, prop up the feet. That's fine by me. Fine by me. Yeah. It's podcast time.
Man, I just found this mint, and it's...
Oh, I reckon that is fine by me. Man, we are reaching.
I didn't have my microphone ready yet.
To get to the words fine by me.
That was really, I didn't even know we were ready for another episode of.
Fine by me.
It's funny to me whenever I'm like editing and I like think of dumb ways to start the show.
Yeah.
Top the charts.
Pretty much when the three of us start opening our mouth, it's a pretty dumb way to start the show.
Fair. That's fair. Okay. Josh just taught me something. There's something about a conclave and the Pope.
Conclave starts tomorrow. Well, yesterday.
What is that?
It's the selection process of the new pope, the next pope. And
So they're going to do the smoke thing?
They will do the smoke thing. White smoke means they've selected a pope. Those cardinals will not leave being sequestered until they've selected a pope. So they took their phones from them. They're putting signal jammers for cell phones or any kind of contact. And I learned something today that whenever the pope gets elected, he goes to a room called the Room of Tears. And they call it the Room of Tears because it's the first time he puts on his robe and he gets all of his stuff, and like they say, they get overwhelmed by emotion. Sure. But I thought maybe it could be that they were just they called it Room of Tears for some other reason.
Started going with molestation.
Yeah,
here.
like little boys, like little boys. Like they could have come up with a better name, you think, than Room of Tears. It's like a little bitty room. And there's like little robes and stuff, it's like costumes hanging in there. It looks like that's what it looks like. It's like a costume party.
Is it a what's the 10th? Is it a Spirit Halloween?
Yeah, I just thought
they should have just called it Spirit Halloween.
But there's a movie out that won a lot of awards this year called The Conclave, and it's got Ray Fiennes in it, and it's about the selection process. So need to watch it. It's on Peacock.
Honestly, don't care.
I don't care about the whole
who
they pick, but the process is pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's neat that they keep up those traditions, I guess, from way back when.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't remember. I saw the Pope Mobile, the thing that's got bulletproof glass.
It's a Dodge Ram.
Yeah, it's a Dodge Ram.
Dude. I woke up the night of that. I couldn't sleep. I turned on the TV, and the first thing that popped up was a funeral because it was daytime in Italy.
Yeah,
and it was 3 a.m. here, and I was like, "Is that a Dodge Ram that he's riding?" And it's base model Ram pickup truck.
Yeah, an American flag,
single cab.
Yeah.
Single cab
had a Confederate flag hanging off.
Yeah. Had big nuts hanging from the tail from the hitch.
Man, Walker Texas Ranger. The first couple of seasons, he had a Dodge Ram with the big rag.
Oh, that good silver one.
Yeah, and then they switched to a Chevrolet later. But
I don't
that
guess-
was probably the greatest Dodge Ram in Dodge's history.
I don't remember the Chevrolet days.
Yeah.
I remember the silver Dodge with the headache rack on the top.
Well, that might have been the later one, and the old like '89 square body might have been Chevrolet. Might have been the first season or two.
Did the black guy take over eventually for Cordell?
Oh, Trevette?
Yeah,
I
Trevette.
thought about asking Trevette to be best man at my wedding.
Dude,
Man, everybody
he
needs a
raised you
Trevette.
about. He just about half raised you, didn't
Wait,
he?
what are y'all talking about?
Walker,
Walker,
Texas
Texas
Ranger.
Ranger. Boy, this is the second conversation I've had about Walker today, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you talk about
I got
in
a
the
new
first one?
boy.
Hashtag Kentucky.
Yeah. I got a new boy helping me pressure wash, and I asked him if he knew, because I started singing, "When the eyes of a ranger are upon you, and you're in Texas, you will see." And anyway, I was like, "Do you know anything about Walker Texas Ranger?" Of course he didn't. It looks like Wes might not know much about Walker
I don't
Texas
know a
Ranger.
great. I mean, I watched a bunch whenever I was at my grandparents' house, but I didn't. It wasn't something I paid a great deal of attention to.
I want to say back in the day on Thursday nights, because remember we had TGIF, we had Family Matters and such. Thursday night was the more serious night, and it was Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. And
I remember that coming
followed
on.
Walker Texas Ranger was after
Was
that.
she like? Was that a time period piece?
Yes,
Dr.
like
Quinn?
Western, like pioneer
She out
age.
there sucking syphilis out of buttholes.
Just sucking
and
out
stuff?
snake bites, baby.
Yep.
It's funny how many penises got bit by snakes.
I actually was.
Odd.
some kind of
Oh,
statistical,
no, I did.
some kind of statistical anomaly happened in that show where everybody got bit in the penis
In
by a
that
poisonous
town.
snake.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I was watching Conan O'Brien's Mark Twain award.
Oh, I gotta watch that. Is it good?
And they showed a Walker Texas Ranger
Yeah.
clip on it last
Holy
night. Yeah,
shit.
I watched that last
I
night.
saw the Adam Sandler bit where he's like the crowd.
He
he's-
might have been. He might have done the best.
I'm sure.
out of
He's a
everybody.
funny guy.
Yeah. Tracy Morgan. After he got hit by that truck, he hadn't been the same since.
He got rich.
Who all was in that? Like, was there any comedians that like y'all know that I probably would like?
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he's on a stand-up.
Oh,
what's the-
stand-up.
Nikki Glazer.
Yeah.
Oh, Nikki. Okay, yeah, I like
I mean,
Nikki.
she wasn't
I
real
haven't
personal about it. I mean, it was.
She don't know him.
And yeah.
Yeah.
She just there.
Uh,
She probably wrote a lot of shit.
Reggie Watts.
Oh,
His
Oh,
bit
that's
wasn't
cool.
very good.
He's a
He went on
musician.
there with a mixing board and tried to write a song on the spot,
Mhm.
and it wasn't great.
Man, that's one of the early times of me doing mushrooms. I used to watch one of his Netflix specials,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
never
not
seen it.
it's not on there anymore.
No, I
the
took it off.
first
I
one,
remember it.
the very first
It's
one,
like
he's
him
got
and a keyboard.
yeah, he's got one on there now that's kind of music related.
Yeah.
But the first one, like it had like all these crazy visuals and whatnot. And I wish it would come back, to be honest,
I
because it was
was-
pretty funny and very talented of him to do.
I think during COVID, like when they had everything shut down, that they used Reggie Watts for like the musical, like entertainer for like the whole. I want to say Grammys or Oscars won, and it was a train wreck.
Really?
Yes. It
I haven't
was
watched
wild.
an award show like that. In
I want to
so
say it was
long.
Reggie Watts, but I get him and that guy from The Roots mixed up sometimes. The one that's on Jimmy Fallon. I don't know why.
Questlove.
I don't know why,
Questlove.
but I do.
No, I understand that.
I do, man.
It's a tad racist. but
It is a little.
Just
It
a
is.
tad.
It is.
They're like the white man's little Jimmy Corn out there. Don't play your instruments, boy.
They are the best at it. They're really good.
Yeah, they're good.
It beats.
We don't have to get totally away from this, but I actually had something that
They're so good at beats.
I learned something in the past few days. If you're a true listener of Fine by Me, you'll recall a very early episode where Nick tried to list off 40 slurs.
That
least
was Smith and Smith advertising.
Yeah.
These listeners haven't heard Smith and Smith. If we've got any new listeners in the last few months, they
Yeah,
haven't
it would
heard
have to
Smith
be
and Smith.
way.
It
We're
was-
talking 30th episode, maybe.
This was
No, this was very early.
this was a class action.
This was
lawsuit.
It's like the 90th episode.
This was an
Yeah, but I'm thinking
advertisement.
this was
I can't
6th
be
or
blamed
7th.
for this. This was an
Oh,
advertisement.
yeah, this was their words, not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so for context, it was if you've been called any of these names, Smith and Smith will protect you or
Right.
represent
From
you.
United Trinity Health Hospital is where all this was
That's
coming
right.
from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dang it,
Corporate
okay.
America.
Yeah.
All right. There was a few people that got to hear that episode and sent me a message and said,
Hey.
I don't know about this one. So I actually went back and edited it.
That's the only episode that kind of kept me up a little bit one night. Like I was like, we were editing, and I was like, man, I don't know, but we still put it out. And then you were like, hey, man, I got some emails or some messages from some people that said we might want to take this down and give it a good look over. I was like, yeah.
Another.
I said I had that feeling all night last night.
Yeah.
Oh, whenever I hit upload, I was like, I don't know about this.
Man.
I was like, I didn't say it though.
Yeah, dude. Because that was early on, because that's whenever like you took over editing. Because I was like, man,
Oh, it was shortly after that. Like I said, that's
Yeah.
why I was like episode 5 or 6,
Yeah, it
because
was
I had to
early.
learn how to beep things.
right. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that now. Yeah. That's man.
I was like, I don't know how to do this.
The
I
only,
think
one, the only one he left in was Honky.
That's because we can get away with that one.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole reason that I left it in, I think, because like whenever I was editing it, I was like, I don't know how to get this out of here. So I just sent it through. I was like,
Let's go ahead and post it. We'll think about it. And we
Yeah,
can
dude, we're going to put this out there.
reconvene.
Let's go
We
ahead
can-
and cancel the
we
podcast.
can conclave later.
We were pretty.
Is that
Yeah,
what happens when you make a decision?
we were.
yeah,
I think
maybe.
early on we were just whatever. Like
Yeah.
we, you know, I don't think we put that out now, obviously, but
Yeah.
I think now it's a little more. We know what and what not. Most of us know
Yeah.
what not to say.
Well, I've got. It's not really. I mean, I guess it is a slur, but it's only in Florida. I found out that there's islands in Florida, and back in like the '80s and stuff, they would ring a bell at like 8:00 at night, and all of the black people were supposed to exit at that time.
Yikes.
And they called them bell ringers.
Huh.
Well,
Yeah.
There's a bell in this closet over here.
But I tried to Google it. It only goes back to like a couple, 2 or 3 islands or something, and they don't do it anymore. But I was like, huh,
I'd say not.
wasn't Gullah Gullah Island, was it?
no.
I did love Gullah Gullah.
Gullah Island was the shit, dude. Binya. And Frog. It was some wild shit,
Gullah
dude.
Gullah Island.
Man, I think all the shows that probably got like dreamed up because somebody was super high. You know what I mean? They're like, you know what? Let's get this huge frog hop around. You remember that show?
like children's shows?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, dude, because like you're not like as a grown up, like you're not just thinking of that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Muppets.
Any of that shit.
Had
Fraggle
this
Rock.
one- had this
Oh,
one,
Fraggle Rock's a
Dude,
big
it's
one.
a whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this one that I liked called Out of the Box. Out of the,
The
box.
out of the box.
And
Yeah.
it was just like a cardboard fort.
Yeah.
But they would do science experiments on that show, and I love science
Yeah, you like watch This Old House now. Like you watch those grown-up versions of those
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
life's been a science experiment.
Yeah,
Down on
Failed.
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock's the shit, man. I like Fraggle Rock.
I like that one, too.
What's some other good childhood shows that y'all liked growing up? But like not like cartoons necessarily, but like those kind of like like if you were like to think of
I mean, if I have to go all the way back to like me being like a really
Just
small
one
kid,
show.
I mean, there would be Barney.
Barney in childhood,
Reading Rainbow.
Reading
always,
Rainbow.
Yeah.
There's always some peace.
I'm gonna
Reading
say
Rainbow gave me peace.
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
It's
I
another
watched
good
it.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was a little. I always remember just thinking it was a little too boring.
There was a woman on there that always scared me. I can't remember her
man.
name.
The episodes that Mr. Rogers went to factories and watched how things were made.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I'm so into how it's made.
It's a
like
good
that,
show,
the
dude.
Discovery
Yeah.
Channel show now.
They were conditioning us at a young age.
Well, back then he would do one of those factory shows like once every now and then. Like it was very far apart. And now I get to just watch how it's made, and I get to learn
It's a
how
show.
4 or 5 things are made
yeah,
per
different,
episode.
and it's something different. Like it's usually different categories. They do different ones
Yeah.
for every episode. I used to watch a lot of Emerald Lagasse's cooking show back when he was in his prime. We were young then.
Isn't he the one that did the
Bam! He done like the Bam shit, and he'd be like
Emerald? Oh, yeah,
Emerald, he's
Emerald's
a-
isn't he the one that did the graping?
No, that's another guy. That's
Okay.
a ponytail guy. I can't think of his name.
Okay.
Another
Steven
chef. No,
Steven
he probably has done some grabby shit.
He's big buddies with Putin.
Is
Steven
he?
Seagal.
Steven
You can do
Seagal?
anything you want to over there in East Russia. Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
He's friends with Putin.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. How did this?
Same with Scottie Pippen.
It's odd. I guess they met during the Olympics years ago or something.
Damn.
I don't know.
Who's Jordan gonna be friends with next? You know, and is it Steve Kerr?
Steve
Kerr is the
Steph
coach.
Curry?
Steph Curry is the player. Steve Kerr is the coach of the Warriors.
Yeah, I mean he was on that Bulls team too.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman's got Kim Jong Un.
Yep. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're right. Actually, I think maybe I'm thinking of
Kim Jong Un,
Kim Jong Un,
not Putin.
And Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah. Y'all are right. Okay, but I am like 90% sure about the Steven Seagal Putin thing.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. He looks like a traitor.
I saw
Krog Maga.
Wow.
I saw a clip got released from the documentary that we filmed.
Oh yeah.
And man, I do not like seeing myself on screen.
Is it
So
a,
cringe.
How does it make you feel?
Inadequate as an actor. But I mean, the director loved me, and we all read the same script. He was just going to pick who he wanted to read those lines in editing. So 20 of us read the same lines.
Oh yeah, so he just picked the best
But he
one.
picked me like 2 or 3 times, and I thought it was cringe. Melissa thought it was great, but
Of
man,
course.
I just don't like.
She's biased though.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me watch it.
Yeah.
I'll give you a damn critique.
Yeah, I was gonna say let us watch it.
Yeah, like,
We'll
dude.
tell you how it is.
Yeah, it'll be honest,
Yeah,
but you'll know where it stands. It could be good. You're just could be hard on yourself. You know.
yeah.
You're
It
not
gets easier, I promise you. Just like
This.
having to edit this
Yeah, hear
and
your
whatnot, and
voice.
having to watch
He
it.
pulled up to my house earlier, and all I heard was my voice blasting from the speakers. I'm like, God, dude. I said, Christy, come out here and listen to this. This is what you like to listen to all day long.
Yeah, but you get. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I still. There's sometimes like. Because I'll rewatch after I upload it. I watch it just to make sure that YouTube didn't mess anything up.
Right.
So I have to rewatch it the next day to make sure they didn't
I
cut
usually
anything.
listen to Spotify's version.
And every now and then, I will get such secondhand embarrassment about like a story that I tell, and I'm like, da 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 da.
Hurry up. Finish the story.
To be honest with you, I don't really listen to like whole episodes anymore. Like every once in a while, like if there's something like if I put it on and it just happens, like I'll kind of like skim it. Like I'll like 5 minutes and I'll go 10 minutes. Like the parts that I know that like or could be like a little low on, or it's more like for audio quality. Those what I'm listening for, or
Giving me notes.
No, not at all. Because I don't want to do it, so I'm not gonna say nothing about it.
It's not worth the headache
Yeah.
of arguing.
I bitched enough to got it pushed off. I bitched enough to be like, you know what? I'll just fucking do it.
Well,
Yeah. We all have our strengths, you know.
yeah. What's Nick's? He's got a bunch of animals
I
that
think
I
it's
love
the
to
bad.
see.
Yeah, this man.
What?
He can get me riled up in like 2 seconds.
Oh, that's true. I haven't really seen y'all go at it here in the
We
last
haven't,
couple
dude.
months.
We've been
Nick,
trying
you
to
really
keep
need
it
to be thinking
chill.
about this.
Yeah, I'm looking for any opportunity. I
He'll
can
find
get.
something for long.
Yeah.
He's been off the grid. He's been in the mountains of eastern Kentucky the past few days. So
we went to.
He had time to think about me.
Falls.
Oh,
Went
yeah,
hiking. That was the first place we went hiking a little over a year ago. So we revisited
Oh, yeah.
it. Melissa's
your
birthday.
tattoo. Your tattoo.
Yeah. This turtle right here. That's the trail that we like to go to. But
Oh yeah.
anyway,
remember that
Melissa's
story.
birthday's Saturday.
Ooh.
So
Happy birthday, Melissa!
And Mother's Day.
she gets and she gets a birthday week. We do whatever she wants. I'm smoking her some salmon right now out back. Wesley, you're more than welcome to join us for some smoked salmon after
I
this.
love salmon, so maybe
Right.
Salmon, some might say.
Salmons, blackjack.
Salmon's
Blackjack
blackjack.
Salmon Road.
Salmons. You live out there,
Salmons.
salmons.
That's how everybody.
It's not
in Franklin's
salmons.
Always said
Oh,
it,
that's
though.
not salmons. That's
No,
salmons.
That's salmons.
Yes.
It's almost like having Christmas and your birthday in the same week.
Oh, Mother's Day. My
Yeah.
mom's birthday's Friday.
Oh wow.
It's always Mother's Day weekend. No, that's the 16th. Next Friday, that's her birthday.
Yeah.
Either way, right there with it. You know.
Man.
Continue on.
Without mothers,
I
we
don't
wouldn't
know
be
what I'm
here.
Continuing about. Oh, we
Okay.
got rained on. The water was super high. We couldn't find the original campsite that we stayed at a year ago because the water was so high.
Damn.
But we found this cool little island. We took Pearl with us.
Right there, that picture there.
That probably was not it.
Put that up there. Boom.
Come
Bam.
to you. Where do you go in? Like, what's the county or whatever that you're in?
I know we go
Or
through
city.
Somerset, Kentucky.
Okay.
And it's like maybe
It's Corbin.
30
It's close to
minutes
Corbin.
past Somerset.
It's been so long since I've been
Yeah.
to Cumberland Falls, I forget where it is.
Yeah. You go through like the I don't know if it's the Mountain Parkway, but you go through Glasgow, all that fun stuff. Anyway, it was a good time. We got wet and sandy.
That's
But,
good.
Man, there were some really good waterfalls because of all that rain.
I bet.
Oh, I
that's
bet.
something
I bet that thing was running.
Yeah. I mean, miniature waterfalls as you're just walking down the trail, too, where there usually aren't any. But, yeah.
It's pretty over there.
Pretty sick,
It's
brother.
nice. It's nice. You didn't run up on no rattlesnakes, did you?
Not this time.
Not this
We did
time.
have some whitewater rafting people come up
I was looking
past us while we were setting up camp. And we all yelled a bunch of stuff at each other and had a good time.
Heck yeah.
Let me pet that dog! I was like, come on over here, brother.
Is any slurs get thrown out?
No slurs. All honest white men out there. Just some Mark Twain bullshit.
Such an honest wife.
Just some Mark Twain bullshit out there. Yeah.
Oh boy. What was next on the docket, John?
Yeah, get this moving if you don't mind.
India attacked Pakistan today.
I've never heard of either one of them being in a war.
Oh, they're mortal enemies, man.
I
India
know,
and
but
Pakistan.
like I've never heard of India coming and fighting with us in Iraq or anything like that.
fighting.
Actually, both of them are nuclear powers. Too.
Yes, they are.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Damn. Do you imagine the trash that if you go up in there? The bomb went off in India.
Well, they got
Oh
plenty
my
of
God.
bodies.
Dude, it'd be pollution big time. It'd be like a volcano
Both
going
of those
off.
countries have plenty of bodies to throw to war, though.
God.
Oh, yeah,
Not
that's
Pakistan, India more than Pakistan.
Yeah, India more than Pakistan. But who
I will
attacked who
fight for
today?
Pakistan.
Bitch, fuck you, bitch. You remember that like viral video of the two Indians fighting or
Yeah.
something?
Kind of like that one I sent y'all today, that kid. Like, what do you want to do? I will be in the army and I will fight for Pakistan. I will destroy India. And they're like, that's great. The teacher's like, that's great.
I thought that they were like, are they? Not, what's their beef? Are they? I thought they were the same.
I think it's a border issue.
Islam, isn't it?
No, I think it's all ego.
Hindu is
Their parents told them to hate the other people.
aren't
so
they
that's
Hindus?
all there is to it.
They're
I don't know.
Hinduism. Yeah.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Sheik,
but
Indian, Sikh,
Apparently,
H or something.
apparently, it's only like a border skirmish so far. It's not like nation versus nation.
They're fighting over
tribes,
the
I
border.
guess. There's probably some tribes.
They're fighting over the borderlines, though. Like India's
I
trying to
don't-
take more land from Pakistan.
I think it's been like building up, like they've been at it over something. I don't know if it's like a territorial issue or if it's like a religious issue or if it's just people pissed off at each other. I don't know exactly.
I've never done it with Pakistan, but there's a fun game that people play on like Twitter and stuff where it's like a bet if you click on a random place in India and there's
we've
not
done this before on the show.
Oh, have we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was immediately. It was immediate. It was the first person. It was the first place you picked up. It was like the road, and it was like, oh, that's not bad. And you panned over, and it was like a shit field, like full of cardboard and shit just everywhere. You're like, oh.
There's a video that's
Immediately.
been going around on Twitter of India, and there's literally a what would you call a truck that sucks out septic tanks?
Yeah, pump truck, vacuum truck.
Whatever. It's literally emptying into this like body of water. I don't know if it's a river or pond or
Used
what.
to be a river.
And
Yeah.
then there's a guy literally
river.
20 feet away, like taking a nap.
Yeah, dude. I saw a video the other day. It was India's biggest water park, and it was like a wave pool, and the water like damn creek water, and there was just like diapers and shit floating around. People were in there washing their hair, like just chilling, just hanging out, just in groups of like cliques talking to each other. And there was like shit in the water, like everywhere. You couldn't like move without touching trash or something in the water.
I don't know.
That's a cesspool, isn't it? Isn't it like bacteria?
Yeah.
Gosh, I think you should serve some shit between some of the gas station owners in town.
To do what?
Find out where they're from. And be like, man, hey, Sonny was talking shit. Dude.
Yeah.
You find out if one's Pakistan.
Well, the one on my side of town, the one that used to be the BP, the Quick Stop, they they were from Pakistan, but like, because I asked him, I was like, he's like, I have to go back home or whatever, and like my cousin or something's coming. I'm like, oh yeah, like, are you going back to India? And he's like, no, I'm from Pakistan. And I was like, oh fuck, dude.
I asked my local, like,
We're infiltrated.
my liquor store guy one day. I was like, after a long time, of going there, he finally was like, hey man, like, where are you from? Obviously not in the accent that I'm currently using. I told him Kentucky, and I was like, where are you from? And he said Canada, and I was like, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of Indians and Pakistanis in Canada, from what I understand.
So I didn't feel right, like, going further than that. I was like, yeah, I understand maybe you're from Canada, but we're like, where are you?
Where are you from? Yeah, where do you come from? Where do you come
what are you?
Not where you live. Where do you come from?
Do you know what Canadians look
Right,
like?
Yeah,
they're paler than me.
Right. Man. Oh, speaking of Canada, their prime minister met with Trump today in the Oval Office.
Oh boy,
They're new one.
Yeah, the Republican congressman, like, obviously we're not in good like standings with each other.
Oh no. Yeah.
So, and like this guy just got elected, he like hates Trump. Like he's like progressive, like more like liberal or whatever. So like they interviewed, like they were showing like Trump and the prime minister, I can't think of his name, talking, like they're laughing and stuff. You can tell like they're cutting eyes at each other.
Yeah.
And the Republicans like, yeah, it went good. They had great banter back and forth. I'm like, that don't look like banter to me. Not at all. I know what banter looks like. That's not banter.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Years.
Yeah,
he won by like a surprising amount. Too,
yeah, he
if I
wasn't even
remember
like
right.
a front runner, but like ever since like Trump started shit over the 51st state stuff, people are like, we're not going to go with the conservative person on this one. We will be the 51st state, 100%. If they got somebody in office that was like, that kind of lined with Trump,
Yeah.
there could not that it would ever. I don't think
we'd
happen.
ever.
But it could, stir up enough shit to where it might
And
cause some
Canada
trouble.
wouldn't just be a 51st state
No,
either.
they'd
We
be
would
like
we
a
would do
province.
like Alberta 51 and
Well,
Quebec
aren't they
52.
like already like in the monarchy of the United Kingdom? Like, isn't?
Yeah.
So, like, how would that work? Like, we have to go
I
to war
guess
with
we
Great
would
Britain
just
again?
say, "Come try us."
We have to go to war with Great Britain again?
Who's the king? Charles?
Charles,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and
Charles
he's
come
on his
get
way out already,
But, like,
His
probably.
big sausage fingers. You ever seen
Man,
his big
dude,
ass
he's got a
swollen
heart
fingers?
issue, dude. He's not pumping blood right or something.
Well, yeah, he
Well,
needs
he'll
to.
just get a new one.
He needs to
as
chill
many
out on the
times as he
sodium.
needs.
He'll take yours.
Come get it.
How much
We'll
you
take
gonna
Canada
pay
with you.
for it? How much you gonna pay for
Take
it?
Canada with you. Yeah, pay this son of a gun off.
Yeah. Like, what do you do? I sold my heart. Sold my damn heart. Sold my heart.
They promised to give me 60 more days.
I had a guy ask me the other day. We were at that dance competition. He's like, "Hey man," he said, "that prosthetic leg." He says, "Is it pretty heavy?" And I was like, "I don't know. It's like 12 pounds." I was like, "It doesn't weigh as much as like your leg."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I guess I didn't think about that." He goes, "Does it feel pretty good? Is it comfortable?" He goes, "You like it?" And I said, "Well, not as much as my real leg."
The original that
I
God
said,
gave me.
But he was like, he was like really staring at it. I was like, "Is it pretty?" I was like, "It's not a pair of shoes." You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can only imagine how bad it actually hurts after being on
Oh,
it
dude,
for a
it
long
sucks.
time.
It
Like
sucks.
on you're just on your.
Well, just stand
Thigh
on one. Don't
bone.
just stand on one leg all day, too. Also, on
Well,
top of
that's
that,
fair.
you know what I mean? Like, so I just.
Challenge
Chris is like, "Why are you in a bad mood?" I'm like, "Because I'm fucking in pain half the time." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But this new one I'm getting supposed to not like cut up into my pelvis as much. So
You've been talking about this new one for like 2 months
Dude,
now.
I have to have a person come to my house in the morning to make sure that I'm too fat for this one before they'll buy me another one. The insurance, dude. This is American healthcare at its best. I've been needing a leg for 2 months and done everything I needed to do and still ain't got past go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Do
crazy.
not pass go. Do not collect $200.
She called me Friday, just random number. It was like, Mr. Harrington, my name's so-and-so from so-and-so. I have to come to your house and make sure it's appropriate to get this new top to your process. I said appropriate. I said, we need to pick some new words. Okay, I was appropriate. And she was like, well, I don't mean, it's just, like it's a middleman for the insurance company to come and see you, I guess, to make sure like you're using what they're paying for. I
Oh,
guess.
yeah.
Make sure you're even an amputee.
Yeah, I guess so.
Selling it.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I was gonna say
you
there's
know?
all them Social Security numbers that are above
Right.
130 years old or whatever
Right.
that we're finally deleting.
I guess they got to make sure I'm an actual person, and I haven't just
Yeah.
been,
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Elon's coming after you. That's what's really
yeah,
happening.
dude, this is Doge at work. I'm just a casualty of Doge, apparently. But it's so got to do that. But my leg people called today, and they were like, "Do you want to come in Thursday for your scan?" They do like a digital. They put all these like little probes all over my nub, and they take this machine and they can get a more accurate reading to make the cast for it to go in. And I was like, "I have to do this," and they were like, "What are you talking about?" Like I was like, "Am I getting pranked here? Is there somebody coming to my house to fucking murder me? Am I just scheduling
Is Chris Hansen coming?
Yeah. Am I scheduling my assassination here?
The new season of
How to Catch a Predator.
Yeah, they're bringing the kids to the Predators.
But she was like, I seen that there. I don't know what that is. And I was like, well, I guess if I'll give you a call tomorrow. If you don't hear from me, then I guess it didn't go good. But yeah, it's just wild. It's just,
That might be a sketch there. Chris Hansen walks in your front door with a kid, throws the kid in your floor, and it's like, what the fuck's this doing here? Yeah. You're like,
it's like a cop planting drugs on somebody.
I'm eating Lucky Charms. That's funny. That's funny.
And then had like a pizza man. You ordered pizza for this kid, you and this kid. Like have people keep showing up.
I've got pizza here for one grown man and one child.
Are you setting up a date? Is this a dinner date? Kids love pizza.
There's a cameraman in the back, lighting candles and stuff.
Amazon truck show up with a damn Nintendo Switch.
He's throwing condoms and lotion on the table. He's like, "What's all this?"
Camera crew, a whole camera crew.
Oh my God!
Show up.
Yeah.
He is doing I don't know if it's on actual TV or not, but Chris Hansen has been doing a new version of his show on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yep. I've seen a few episodes
Those
of
shows. Have you seen the episode where the guy's eating pizza and he's housing pizza, dude? You just having a whole grub sesh while this dude's he's like, it was probably the last fucking good meal I get for him. He eats a whole pepperoni pizza, burning his mouth.
He's just crushing pizza.
There was an episode of My 600-Pound Life, but this dude, he probably weighed
700 pounds?
Yeah.
Good God.
Is that the one where they do a bunch of different people?
Is that the one where they take the wall out? They have to go to the doctor. They take the wall out and bring a forklift in and load them on a pallet.
I think so. Isn't the one with the sisters called something else?
Yeah.
1,000-Pound Sisters.
I don't watch.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I think they
Makes me
started
feel
on
bad.
My 600-Pound Life.
Oh, okay.
But, anyway, so this huge black dude and his I don't know if it was his woman or his mom or what, but they went to they got 10 large pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
And when they got home, there was only 6.
Yeah.
They ate 4 in the car on the way home. Yeah, they got home with 6 pizzas.
They'll never know.
Yeah.
Who's gonna know?
And 10 2-liters.
Where you pressure washed today, his house, I used to work with him some. Yeah. We were doing a footer on a job site, and it was around lunchtime. He said, "Hey, man, I'm going to run up here to the store and get us a couple sandwiches." He said, "What do you want?" And I'll be right back. I was going to wait for the concrete truck. So that's cool, man. I said, "Get me 2 ham and cheese loaf sandwiches, and I don't need nothing to drink. I already got some." He's like, "Cool, man. I'll be back in a little bit." He leaves, comes back 30 minutes later. He rolls up. He's like, "Dude," he's like, "they were out of ham and cheese loaf." He said, "So I couldn't get you nothing." He said, "We'll leave a little early today." And I was like, "That's fine. I'm not that hungry anyway." So fast forward, the concrete truck gets there. We pour concrete and shit and leave and stuff. So we head out. We're heading to Franklin. I look in the back seat, and there's white paper in the seat. This motherfucker had ate both of my ham and cheese loaf sandwiches on the way to the job site, and then told me they didn't have any. And then ate his lunch too, because he got his sandwich, so they had what he wanted.
Good
and I was
Lord.
like, "Sorry, motherfucker, dude."
Damn.
I asked you about it too. Man, that's from the other day.
What's all this?
Exactly what I ordered. It's got today's date on it. But yeah, it's so shitty. That's only something your best friends will do to you.
No, that's borderline addiction type of thing.
He ate
You couldn't just leave these 2 for the.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
He used to raid my lunchbox every day.
I'm fine with people eating on the job, eating while you're
One
driving.
day, he sent me to Taco Bell. He wanted the power burrito because he was on a diet or something.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like,
back.
"Give me the power burrito." So I ordered the power whatever. They gave me the bowl. I show back to the job site. He's sitting on an excavator. He's digging. He's like, "All right." So I hand it to him, and he opens. He's like, "What is this?" And I was like, "It's your power burrito." He goes, "They gave me a bowl." He's like, "Where's the tortilla at?" And I was like, "You're going to be all right without the tortilla."
Yeah. It's like
But
40
he was
more.
like I was trying to fuck him. You know what I mean? Like I ate the tortilla and left it in a bowl.
Put it in the
Because he does shit. See, now it makes sense. Because he does shit like that. So, you know, he was thinking, well, I would have probably ate the tortilla and told him they didn't have any tortillas.
Yeah.
And Taco
funny.
Bell, they were out of tortillas, bud. Sorry, they had to put it in a bowl. God. But that, dude, that's your good friends for you. You
Yeah,
know what I
that's
mean?
fair.
Yeah. Not just somebody you work with is going to do you like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't bring myself to eat another man sandwich.
Yeah, I
Or
was
two
gonna
of
say-
them? Both of
yeah,
them?
I'd have to be a big boy, like in just.
He fluctuates 80 pounds every other year or so.
I think it just comes down to he did it on purpose to make me mad. He was trying to get a rise out of me.
Mate.
It worked.
That's eating a lot of food. Man,
Oh.
I don't
You
know.
can
I
eat-
guess I just don't eat that much anymore. So it's like, well, how did he eat all of his and your 2 ham?
Ham and cheese loaf sandwiches. Oh, I fixed my watch. Sorry,
Oh.
it was pinching my skin. I got to fix it. It's
I thought
pinching.
you were like telling me.
No,
to
it
shut the
pinched me
fuck
real quick
up.
when I fixed my leg. That was like a spasm. That was like a spasm. Yeah.
You are a spasm.
But real quick though, I think we have another ad read from our partners at DUBBY
We do.
Oh, boy.
Josh.
before I
Thank
get
you
to this
for bringing
next
that up.
segment here.
We want to give a big shout out to our sponsor, DUBBY Energy Drinks. Whether you're getting geared up for a workout or need a productivity boost or just want clean energy, DUBBY's got you covered. With flavors like Dragonade, DUBBY Punch, and Tropical Blast, there's something for everyone. Their drinks are packed with nootropics and electrolytes to keep you going without the crash. Head over to dubby.gg and use our code FineBYME for 10% off for your next order. Get ready to fuel your day with DUBBY. Man, I have gone through that first canister. I'm ready for my second batch.
Absolutely.
Man, I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
Fantastic product. Every time you say nootropics, I always think of like black 80s comedian going, "Your ass so dumb, you think nootropics is an island." Some shit like that. I always think of that.
I've actually been not even using the energy. I've been using the hydration
Yeah?
ones. It's
Oh, yeah, I want to try those.
similar to another brand called
We
blah,
won't
blah,
say it on
IV.
here. Yeah.
Blah blah IV.
Okay. I've never tried. I've
but it's
tried
really
the
good.
hydration,
The opposite of
but-
solid
Yeah.
IV.
Yeah. But it's the hydration stuff's really good too. I mean, it's kind of similar flavor, probably it's really the same flavor. It's
Well,
just made different.
Hop on over to w.gg and get you some.
Yeah.
Whenever
Get you some.
Whenever
for
I've got
some.
like a full pack day, like I'll buy 3 monsters, and that's almost $12
That's almost a heart
a
attack.
day.
Yeah, a
That's
can's like
absolutely
$20.
Crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
A can's like $20, and then it's like.
Do you have to have that to
17?
get through your day?
I've sure got myself convinced that I need it.
3 monsters.
Yeah.
I don't
I
drink
can take
caffeine during the day, barely at all. I did today because I had a really bad work day, so I had some DUBBY on the way
Little
up
pick
here.
me up.
Yeah, but I didn't make like a whole thing of it either, though. I was like a little halfy.
Nick, is that a samurai sword up there?
I think, yeah, that's like a katana. That used to be a broomstick. I had a buddy I worked with, meth head, named Shane,
Oh, yeah?
carve that for me.
Yeah.
And
Did he shellac it, too? It looks smooth.
yeah, he shellacked that thing, and he hand carved it. But
It's pretty sick.
yeah, meth heads love a good project.
Yeah, they can really focus, dude.
Yeah.
They can really hone
Yeah.
their skills.
For those that are listening, it is literally just a stick with some electrical tape
It
for a
looks-
handle.
No, he
That's
carved
burned,
that.
dude.
He
That's
burned
burned
it.
into
Yeah, he
it.
carved that handle and burned it.
Wes can't see for people listening.
From 5 feet away, it looks like a stick with electrical tape
Look at
on
the
it.
angle. I got you. Pull that sucker down for the people to see. I guess they do need to see it. I just looked up there. I was like, what is that? Because it looks like a katana. See?
spent some time on this, boy.
Yeah, he really did. It's full length, 5 foot tall. Yeah, he said it's literally a stick with some lead. Look at that sucker. Can you describe it? I'll describe it for the people. It's a stick. Yeah,
with
it's
electrical
nice.
tape on it.
5 foot tall, probably, 1/2 inch thick with a slant Tonto blade.
That's quality work.
That is quality work. Wonder how long it took him to do that.
On meth? hour or two.
And this guy,
Finished product.
this
Finished
guy
product.
told us he had like 300 or 400 hours of porn downloaded to his laptop.
Good God.
And he told us
He loves working with wood, apparently.
he's good. Well,
He's good woodwork.
yeah, but he told us one day he came back to work. You hit him in his prostate. That's fun. He said one time he started masturbating. He was high. He started masturbating at midnight,
Oh, God.
and he's like, "Man, this is taking a while." He looked out, and the sun was up. He was still masturbating. It was 8 a.m. He masturbated for 8 hours.
It still ain't busted.
I guess not.
God, 8 hours?
8 hours.
I don't want no part of meth.
No.
No part of me ever
How
wants
many
any of that.
videos could you scroll through in 8 hours? Jeez.
God.
He watched all the hub.
He's the king of the hub.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So, speaking of the same guy, when I was in the 8th grade, he was in. I think he was supposed to be in a couple of grades ahead of me, but he was He was Wes's size in 8th grade.
Yeah.
This guy. So we were in music class, and it was me and my buddy Ben Rafferty and Shane.
Yeah.
So we were all sitting there, and he wasn't like a bully per se, but like he was rough. Like he would fight people, or like you didn't really mess with him.
No.
But I never had any problem with him. Well, apparently earlier in the day, like he had said, if somebody says the word watermelon one more time around him, he's going to slap him upside the head. I didn't know. I wasn't in on this conversation. So fast forward to music class. We're sitting there. Ben starts naming off fruits. And he was like, "Hey, man, what's that melon that everybody likes?" And I was like, "I don't know, watermelon?" Dude, I got a fucking bear paw up the side of my head.
This dude was retarded.
I'm talking, dude, like, and it caught me by surprise. Like, it, like, took me down, but he, like, picked me up. Like, he laughed. He, like, thought it was funny. Cause, like, and I didn't even know the fucking joke. I just thought I got assaulted. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? So, like, I set up, and I'm, like, feeling my head, dude, and I'm like, man, and, like, all of a sudden, dude, like, this clear liquid just come out of my nose. Like, I don't know. I guess it was like he knocked all the snot loose in my fucking head. So I was like, okay. So, like, then he was like, "Hey, man, you all right? I didn't mean to do it that hard." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And I, like, my ear was ringing and shit. And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm good, dude." Yeah, like, fuck. So, like, 10 minutes passed by, dude, and I, like, start, like, tasting metal. Like, I'm, like, tasting metal, like, so bad. I look over at Ben. I'm like, "Dude, like, I taste metal." He's like, "Dude, that's bad." That's all he did. He's like, "That's really bad." I'm like, "Dude, what the fuck? Am I about to die?" But then it went away. But yeah, I remember like, "That's bad."
Set you up.
He set me up.
Yeah.
I will never
I
forget
think
that,
your
dude.
brain's bleeding,
I think that's the only time like I ever like really felt like I was a little bitch in my whole life. Like I can like reference that to that time when I felt like I just did not have a good look. It didn't look good from any angle.
Because you didn't do anything about it.
I didn't. I couldn't. He was like I was.
Yeah,
I was almost
this guy-
unconscious.
this is the kind of guy that was a grown man.
And like the way he played it
Size of a
off
grown
was
man at
like
13.
he was my buddy after he did it. He thought like I guess I was in on the
You
joke.
would have been an asshole if you
Right.
like tried to swing.
But
on
yeah,
him.
like he laughed, like he like helped me, like it knocked me down.
Who's Ben Ford.
Ben
Not you?
Rafferty, no,
Oh,
Ben
okay.
Rafferty was his name. I know Ben Ford though.
I do. I love Ben Ford.
I don't know him as good as you do, but I
he's
didn't know
no
him.
Mac McKenzie.
Yeah,
he's a
he's-
pretty good guy.
Yeah. I don't know what Ben Ford. I don't know. You're probably not listening to this, but I ain't heard from you in
He used to run with
few
the
years.
likes of Chaz. I reckon.
Yeah, I know. That's how I know.
And,
him.
Cody DeMichael.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he does flooring for Gregory's Flooring.
Oh, okay.
Ben Ford.
Maybe.
Whenever I say his name, I always have to say both.
That might be the guy that I told you we knew in common, but I couldn't think of his name. And he did flooring.
Oh, I
this is
bet.
a conversation from like 7 months ago. Full circle, baby. I love when they come back.
Yeah.
I was like, he does a
Yeah,
whole.
he is a good guy.
I was like, he's a good guy. He just does all the different jobs you could ever think of in Franklin.
Yeah.
From
He's
what
one
I've
of those guys. He's a handyman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He works somewhere for about 8 months and then moseys on over to another
I
place.
did. I was like that. I have a hard time working for people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I get bored. That's my.
Well,
Yep.
you're tough to keep as an employee, too.
I am. That's true. I've been told that.
We were talking about
I've been told that by people.
basically seeing Josh's dead body after a dude smacked him. Do y'all know any murderers that are like in jail now?
Not in jail. I know some people that was in the military. Does that count?
No.
I don't think so either. But I mean, I know people that have killed people.
Yeah.
But I don't know anybody that's like maliciously crime of passion plan to kill nobody.
I've got buddies that have like accidental manslaughter charges.
Really?
Like
That's
killing people,
okay.
like, in a vehicle and stuff like that.
Are
Funny
they in
enough,
prison for it? Do they do prison time?
Went to jail for a couple years and got out type stuff.
I got you. Do you know anybody? Wes?
Funny enough, I actually didn't make this segue to bring this up, but yeah, I actually do. A dude that I was very close with all through grade school, like until we graduated and everything. We called him Phil. I'll kind of leave it at that. I know y'all don't know him, but
Phil McCracken?
we called him Phil. Phil is nowhere near his real name. But
goodness.
we called him
That name
Phil
sucks.
because of Phil Margera. Like he's a big fella.
Man, well, he went through it, didn't he?
He was a big. Oh, I mean, we all gave each other so much crap and shit and
Well, if y'all
everything
treated
else.
him like they treated Phil, then he's a saint
Yeah.
for not killing y'all.
Well, after high school, like I saw him a couple times, like around College Suites, because I lived there for a good bit, and then I had lost contact with him forever. And then one day he like snaps and like killed his whole family.
Jeez,
other than his sister. He got into like drugs really bad. I don't really know what kind of drugs, but yeah, he ended up he went to his parents. His parents were never around. I think it was always just his grandparents that he called his mom and dad, because I knew them. They were his dad looked like Santa Claus. He was a super nice guy. I don't really remember his mom that much.
He wore a red suit.
I've seen him wear a big red shirt with suspenders before.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I think he looks like Santa Claus. My big memory of him is in like khaki pants with a big red button up on and suspenders. And that's how
You have a good memory of him.
Yeah. Oh, and his
Not
face
murder.
his face was always flush.
Not
so it was like
fucking rage.
It was all red.
I bet his face was red that day.
But yeah, that was really sad.
That is sad.
Didn't mean to bring that up, but I have somebody from high school that reached out to me recently. Her name's Annie, and she has like went back and forth with him on through letters.
Yeah.
A couple times. Seems like he's in prison for life.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's
it's
crazy,
not like he's
dude.
ever getting out, but it sounds like he's doing better mentally, probably because he's not on drugs
And we
anymore.
should all pick a prison pen pal while we're on this subject. Go ahead and write your local prison and see if someone needs a pal.
Your local
Pen
prison.
pal.
There's a whole website about like mugshot hotties or something, and you can like pick one and like
Have some
There
correspondence.
you go. Then you'll have a project.
Then
in
when
a
they
couple
get
years,
out-
when they get out, you'll
Yeah.
have a project, a little fixer-upper, if you will.
No.
yeah, I can fix her.
Yeah, I can fix her. I swear, she's got a good heart.
Then you might be the next reason she's back in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so why I
Just
brought?
don't give her the bank account information.
Yeah, don't give her your credit cards. Maybe don't give her a gun. I mean, she's a felon, so I think that's also another felony for her to
You
have a
probably
gun.
have to sell your guns.
Yeah, you can't have them in the house.
That sucks. That would
Can't have them in the house.
Trust me.
Yeah, if
How
you're
long have you had this?
5, 6, 7, or 8 years.
So this has made it through a lot of moves.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yep.
I
A lot of alcoholism. A lot of swinging that in the shop.
I bet.
Ah!
A lot of, was it Crop McGraw?
Me and Steven Seagal. I'm just watching highlights.
As they're doing Tai Chi.
Krav
Yeah.
Maga is like a defensive.
Yeah.
There's no offensive attacks in Krav Maga.
Yeah.
That's what Josh did in the floor of the music room was Krav Maga.
I did cry. I didn't cry for my mom.
Cry McGraw.
Yeah, dude. I won't never forget that.
But I heard a story from a podcast. I think it was Tim Dillon's Patreon. He was talking. He had a guest on, a guy, I don't know, Andrew Collins or something was his name. But he was telling a story of him getting beat up whenever he was in high school. And he was like, funny enough, that dude's name was like Bonaducci or something like that. But he was like, later on in life, because they were on like the topic of murderers or something. And he was like, it wasn't really that long after he beat me up on a bus that he was in some big park in Florida, like not Central Park, but like
Yeah.
a park like that, I guess.
Yeah.
And he
A
had
nature park.
and he had
Community
like
park.
he had like Eazy-E or NWA playing on a
Jim
boombox.
Roberts.
And this old lady came by and like said, "Hey, you need to turn that down. It's like vulgar or whatever." And apparently he didn't say anything. He just beat her to death with the boombox.
God, you want to see vulgar?
And after that, he set her on fire.
Golly.
And then for some reason, he painted her with spray paint.
God.
And like through this story, I was like, obviously it's a comedy podcast and we punch things up.
Right.
And like embellish things to make them funnier. And they Googled it and it was all 100% real.
Sheesh.
Dude is still in jail.
He needs to be.
Yeah. I mean, he was like 14 or 15 whenever he did that.
Yeah, dude. The
And that,
boombox.
and that was in 1993. So if you look up somebody getting beat up with a portable stereo, I think is what the article called it in Florida, I'm sure you'll probably be able to find it because those three things alone, getting beat with a boombox and then put on fire and then spray painted for whatever reason. He thought he was like covering his tracks by spray painting, but then they ended up finding him. And he had red spray paint on his hands, so he literally got caught red handed.
It's always some Florida shit.
I think that is this is the base of most of the world's problem, is people not having self-control.
Yeah, well, obviously.
The only thing we can control in our life is how we react to things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the self-control to stay away from drugs and stay away from alcohol, then those things are controlling your life.
Yep.
And then the anger is control. You know, especially if you're under the influence.
Impulse control.
Yeah, impulse control. Self-control is how, I mean, you have to master self-control. You don't have to be a master of self-control, but you got to have a little bit.
If you're a fisherman, you can be a masturbator.
You could be.
You can't just... Yeah, I mean, obviously if somebody says something cross to you and you feel like you need to throw a punch, that's a little bit different than just immediately going to shooting them or whatever.
I'm not really ever looking to fight anybody.
Same.
Yeah. It's never been my thing.
We can talk our way out of it, can't we, buddy?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, let's listen.
Wait a minute. Who's your brother? I bet I know him.
You see my leg?
Yeah.
I bet I know.
Guy that
This
gave
is
me
a veteran. This is a veteran.
I bet I know him. I bet he has a favor that he needs to return to me.
Yeah.
We're good, man. We're good. Yeah. Other than me getting hit in the head by Shane that time in music class, that's probably about as close as I've come to getting beat up. You know, so trust me.
I've never came close to being beat. Well, I mean,
I got beat up in Florida one time pretty bad, but that wasn't my fault.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
I've told
Yeah.
the story of the Kentucky linebacker.
I don't count that really. What was I going to do?
I've told the Kentucky linebacker story, but funny enough, and it wasn't even me he was trying to beat up. It was a friend of mine that was really, really small. Like, I'm talking like 5'3", this guy was, and this dude was charging him, and I was like, and this guy he had 4 or 5 inches on me, so he was probably 6'9", 6'10", and I was like, man, he's drunk. Let's not do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, even if you hit me, you're probably going to kill me. Like,
Right.
this dude was big. And whenever I was in college, I mean, I was still 6'4", 6'5", or whatever, but I was, like, little. Like, I was 200.
You're skinnier guy.
Yeah, I was 200 pounds soaking
Hadn't
wet.
quite filled out yet.
Yeah.
I could just think that I would really have to make somebody mad, I think, for them to actually want to, like, beat me up. You know what I mean? Like, that night we went to, like, that show, like, everybody was, like, super nice and tried to help me.
Yeah.
More than anything else. Like, I had people offer to pack me across the crosswalk and everything else, but I didn't want to seem like a little bitch out there.
Yeah.
But I almost
you can't do all that.
But I thought about it. Going uphill, it sucked. But, like, I would really think, like, there's just shitty people out there, I think, that really take advantage of people.
That, talking about football player getting
Yeah.
in a fight, reminded me. There were 2 guys from Franklin. Both of them ladies' men. And we had a player from Western named Patrick Sparks. This was 2004, 2005. He transferred and walked on to UK and was actually really good. And we were all super proud of him down here. Like, Patrick Sparks went up there. He's doing good. Well, these 2 guys from Franklin, both of them ladies' men, was hooking up with Patrick Sparks' woman.
Oh, boy.
and he called one of them wanting to fight. And he said, I got Rajon Rondo here, and we ready to roll.
Yeah.
The second guy, Tyler Ray,
Yeah.
he was like, you're going to fight Patrick Sparks. And the first dude was like, yeah. He's like, that means I got to fucking fight Rajon Rondo. It's like, no, I'm not going
I'm
to
not
wait
going
with
to
you
this, yeah.
to fight Rajon Rondo. No.
No. I want to be on the news tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nick Cook dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Beat up by a
man.
basketball player.
Now that has been a headline that has been very close to happening quite a few
Nick
times.
Cook dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
let's keep from that.
yeah, obituary, yeah.
Yeah. Man, we went hiking this
We
place.
got to go to
called-
Vegas in 35 years.
Yeah. We got a date.
Yeah.
We went hiking this place called Dog Slaughter Falls, and it was this real
What?
rocky terrain, and Pearl was loose, and she fucking fell into the damn water.
Yeah, it's called Dog
She-
Slaughter
yeah,
Falls
she
for a
slipped
reason.
off the rock. Yeah, and she fell into
I couldn't
Dog
think of a
Slaughter
more
Falls.
accurate name
Yeah.
leading up to a place. Well, I think we should go up this hill called, just jagged rocks called Dog Slaughter Falls.
Yes.
And take our dog, our blind dog.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, but on the way home, Melissa was like, you remember where Pearl fell in at? And I said, damn, that was dog slaughter, wasn't it? Dang, that's rough.
What man, it's been a pretty good week though. Nothing else going on, right?
No.
Nothing in the news.
The
or
derby, we had the derby.
Derby.
We always go to a derby party. It was fun. Me and Melissa made her hat, and I had like a corsage on my big hat. I wore my Indiana Jones hat, and I had it. But we got all the flowers
yeah, I saw
from
that.
just outside
Yeah.
here and
Oh,
made
that's
our
cool.
own
Oh,
little
that's cool.
floral arrangements and stuff. Yeah, that was sweet.
It was a muddy race. Always, though.
Yeah.
Seems
Yeah,
like.
them boys was wet.
Gosh.
Did you see the thing or fact that everybody in that or every horse in that race was a descendant of Secretariat?
That's crazy, dude. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's wild, huh?
And they all had one other horse race, or one other race horse. All of them had
Dude, just think of how much.
another one in their lineage too. So they all shared two ancestors.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Thought they
Secretariat. That's crazy to think how much.
Toby Maguire.
Yeah, and
Is that
Jeff Bridges, I think I
Okay.
want to say is in it.
I've never seen it.
It's a good movie. The guy that owned that eventually was the first owner of Seabiscuit was the guy I want to say that started Buick or Oldsmobile, one of the two. It's one of those Hewlett Packard, not Hewlett Packard, but Packard automobile.
Yeah.
One of those older companies was the guy that was the first owner of Secretariat.
Instead
So
of
money making money, baby.
making money, I didn't do anything with it because I went to see Theo
Oh yeah, you did see Theo. That was
on
tight.
Saturday.
How
Yeah.
does Bus Boy? Is it gonna look? Is it gonna be good?
It looked so good. So if you're
Is the trailer out?
no, it's not. So for the people who are listening, Theo Vaughn and David Spade made a movie together, and it's called Bus Boys. And there's so many big comics in it. Like, I wish I could remember, because there was some of them that I didn't know that were going to be in it in the trailer. So, but at Theo's show, towards the end, he was like, "Hey, this isn't out anywhere, but we're going to show you a trailer for our new movie,
Sweet.
Bus Boys." So
Great.
I got to see the
I bet
trailer.
everybody went wild when you said
Oh
that.
yeah, I mean, especially the people that knew that it was it's
Yeah.
supposed to come out this year, and David Spade and him did it on their own, like on their own
Oh, okay.
dime.
That's cool.
So they didn't have anybody backing. So it's all them. So like Tim
And they
Dillon,
could do what they wanted to.
Tim Dillon's in it. Nate Diaz is in it.
Oh, it's sick.
I'm
ready to
I
watch
could
it.
remember off the top of my head.
So
who
they're
else.
playing Bus Boys.
Yeah, it looked like Tim was probably like their manager.
Okay.
or something.
He'd be a good manager.
Yeah.
What
Assistant manager.
did David Spade look like?
They tried to de-age him quite a bit. I feel like in the
Yeah.
movie, but I think it's just kind of so silly. Like it's going to be so silly that that's going to make it
Well,
sillier.
David Spade is a good character. Like, he does good characters like Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
And,
yeah,
So I just didn't know if they went like with an extreme character, if he was kind of just normal looking.
no, I think
He's
he
in that
had,
movie
like, some-
Father of the Year too. Have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Where he plays the shitty dad. That movie's
Yeah.
funny, dude.
No, I
Ron
don't think
Missy's good too.
I mean, he just looked kind of like a busboy, and him and Theo, like the whole time, are trying to make it. I don't know the full story yet, but obviously, they're like, we're gonna go be busboys, and then we're gonna raise enough money to do X, and I don't remember what X is supposed to be.
David Spade always played the good kid kind of dude, like in a movie. Like he's always had like kind of like a boyish kind of,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he never like plays like a super serious role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, the show was really good. I mean, Theo went for like 2.5 hours, probably 2 hours. Like,
Wow.
I mean,
That's tight.
yeah, he was going and going, and I was like, when's this guy going to stop? I was like, I mean, it was so funny, but I was like, man, I got to pee. I'm like,
Right. He just rambling, taking on tangents like he does on his solo podcast.
yeah.
Golly, that dude can just talk to himself.
But it was really good. It was strange, too, because I went to the first one that got listed, and that was apparently the 4 o'clock show. And I didn't realize that until like
So he did a show after that one?
he did a 4 he did a 4 o'clock and an 8 o'clock show.
Was it a Bridgestone?
Yeah.
Pretty full?
I didn't recall seeing many open seats.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Making that money.
Funny enough, whenever we got there, so the buddies that I went with, one of them had bought my ticket to go to Kill Tony or whatever a month or so ago, and so I bought his ticket to go see this, and then our other buddy had a ticket as well. But we all had to sit with each other. When I got there, I sat in the wrong place, and it was not. We were supposed to be 3, 4, 5, and there was a 1, 2 like beside of us, and we sat there the whole time. And I bet we were 80% through the show, and my buddy Justin said, man, we're in row 4. We're supposed to be in row 5.
Oh, that's cool.
So whoever was in 1 through 5
Didn't show up.
didn't show up. So
We were like that when we were at the Ryman. We were in our row, and we were the only 2 people in the whole row. We were in
Oh, wow.
And then the row in front of us, there was like 3 people, and then 2 seats and 3 people, and then everywhere else was full. But like where we were at, it was just the whole row, and we weren't even that far in the back. It was just like
I know. I saw where you're at. You were on the bottom floor,
Yeah.
Just under the where the balcony
right,
starts.
stage right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, not bad seats, but we were the only ones in that whole row. So,
I did watch Stavi's Let's Start a Cult.
Oh, do you like it?
Man, he did a great job, but he was very easy to hate that character.
Yeah.
Because he's so stupid.
Yes.
Stavi did a great job playing that character. I'm not saying anything, but man.
I think he got what he wanted out of it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good.
I was like,
good
speaking
movie.
of Stavi, you had a guy. The people that opened for I was a little bit late getting there, and I missed the first. He had 3 openers, and I missed the first guy. Don't know who it was. Second was Fiona Cawley.
Yeah, a wheelchair.
Wheelchair.
Yeah.
If you've watched Kill Tony or know anything about Nashville comedy, she's from Nashville. So
Big Nashville comedy.
and then third was a guy that I thought was just so annoying, but after like I left, I was like, hey, I bet Theo had, because he was super high energy, like trying to get the crowd like hyped up. So I was like, I bet Theo pays this guy just to try to bring the
He's
energy,
a hype man,
bring the energy up or
Kinda
whatever.
set the room
because he didn't really have a whole lot of jokes.
He just set
per
the room.
se. Like I mean, he had a couple that he would run through, but it wasn't like one-liners. He didn't really tell stories.
Well, you know, sometimes you'll get that feature that dude is just totally different style of comedy than the headliner. Like
Yeah.
sometimes, like they'll be like buddies or whatever, but like it'll be like a totally different style of comedy.
Yeah.
And so like you're like in that zone, and then like the headliner or whoever, it could be some other feature comes out. It's a totally switch of pace. And sometimes that can like mess up like I guess like the way you take it in.
Yeah, I don't know who. This is kind of the adverse of what you're saying. Just I've heard some comedians. I think one of them was Tom Segura. I'm pretty sure one of them was Shane Gillis, and I've heard 5 or so comedians say this. But they would have the same opener for a very long year or 2.
Yeah.
And they would kind of notice that their opener started having like the same cadence as them.
Yeah.
And they would just be like, hey, I'm not upset at you,
But
but you
you're
need to
rubbing
differentiate yourself from me.
Well, even like comics, like you have even like with the music, you have influences. Like I like Louis C.K. and I like like certain style of comedy. Like so, like I think like you could be like, well, he's just like so and so. Like I think Shane Gillis and Louis C.K. are a lot alike. But if you listen to Shane, he says that's his biggest influence. You know what I mean? So
It's fair.
yeah, you know what I mean. So like you could say that with anything, but you don't want two acts back to back, like you're saying.
Yeah. I was
So-
gonna say. I think that's the thing is, it's okay to have somebody you look up to, but
Right.
if you're an opener and you're that new, you're probably not opening for somebody
No.
that's already killing it.
Right.
So like the story I'm telling from like Tom or
Yeah.
Shane this was
Oh, okay.
4 or
yeah,
5 years
yeah,
ago.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
when
like,
they were selling out clubs and not
Yeah.
theaters and arenas.
yeah.
Yeah, just like a
Because if you
feature.
bring like Tom, whenever he brings somebody, I'm sure like he brings openers that are not greenhorns.
Right,
Like
he
they've already,
brings people
they're
that are-
already like set in their
or
style
that are
at
in
this
the
point.
YMH universe, like
Yeah.
he'll bring people like Danny Brown or
Yeah.
somebody like that that's not as big. Or Josh Potter opens up for him a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But
So
he's bringing. My point, I guess, is in the early days, you're bringing people that are not as well known as you, but
Mm-hmm.
still people don't know.
right,
People definitely don't know who you are.
No,
but the
right.
people, there's a decent amount that know your club headliner that you're opening
oh for sure,
or
yeah,
whatever.
that's who you bought tickets for.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
Yeah.
later on in life, or later on in your career, if you make it that far or whatever, then you have openers that are already set in their ways or whatever, so they're not going to take.
And I
after you.
think that like different style of comedian, like you'll notice like with Bert travels on tour bus, so he'll have like 2 or 3 like young bucks a lot of times that are up for that life. Like Tom's not traveling on tour bus; he's staying in a hotel and shit. Like most of your people are.
Yeah.
But like so you have like different styles like with that, I guess too. So it's just all depends on what you want to go for, I guess.
Yeah. I was gonna say there's Adam Ray. Every time I feel like he's on Kill Tony. If there's somebody he likes, he's like, hey, do you want to open for me in Phoenix, Arizona? I'll fly you out and everything. And, and like Adam,
Pay for their room and shit.
Yeah, so Adam will have like real greenhorn people on or whatever, but that's like one time. It's like I'm not taking you out for the whole damn tour. I'm just taking you out for this.
Right. We're doing
big
one
show in Phoenix.
Yeah,
you know?
and then I'll send you back.
Yeah.
Or you can stay and do your own shit. Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you do whatever you
But
want.
I'll pay for your flight back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good about that. But I'm sure there's a lot of them that do that. Like I know Tom Green, he's really big in like bringing up younger comics and stuff like with him. Of course, he created the podcast. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
Podfather.
Yep.
Him and Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Adam
And of
Carolla
course,
was one of the first
Rogan
ones.
right in there after him.
Yeah, I think it was within a couple years because Rogan talks about going over to Tom Green's
Yeah,
house
he's
and
like,
going
hey, man,
in,
this is cool.
going his.
There's a clip I saw online of that episode.
Yeah.
Rogan's like,
What is this?
so you just put it on the internet. There's like this is a real like
Like you don't have to go
can
through
see-
anybody
you
or
can see
nothing.
the light bulb click in his
Yeah.
head. You're like,
Yeah.
this is what you gotta do right
And here we are.
Yeah, one of 10 to 10 billion people doing podcasts now. But yeah,
I saw a thing and it says
they'll all fall out.
yeah,
It
they won't be
says-
able to keep it up like we will.
Now,
an angel loses its wings every time a man gets podcast equipment.
yeah.
You see
But he
that?
gets them back once they hit that
That's
2-year
right.
mark.
That's right, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
he'll
ain't going
get some
nowhere
back.
now. We're here until they just shut us down, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say there'll be the day that I finally have a kid or something and be like, guys,
I'm not coming up. We're going to have to Zoom every episode.
We'll record from the nursery.
I got a baby in here crying. Yeah, I couldn't imagine. Yeah. I'm
I
like,
don't
shut
know.
that baby up.
I can't wait till he gets introduced to Bluey. Did your
No,
kids
dude,
old
my
enough
kids,
for Bluey? Too
no,
old?
my kids, we did Shimmer and Shine and Paw Patrol. That's what Doc McStuffins. My kids are teenagers now.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
Bluey. Sometimes we watch Bluey when the kids aren't here.
Yeah, we're watching Hot Rod
Bluey's
now.
pretty
And
sick.
yeah, Bluey. I mean, we got Bluey gummy snacks at home. I've never watched the show. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot of Red Dye number 5.
I'm getting as much as I can in me. I'm stocking up
Before the big class
Before
action
it-
lawsuit.
yeah.
hits.
yeah, before our
before the Great Reset starts.
Well,
I think this has been another great episode of.
Well, let's tell the people. Let's be a little more romantic about it.
Oh,
All right, guys, it's been fun.
you can play your music again.
it has been fun. It's been a
Good episode.
Good episode.
Yeah.
There was one point in it where I was like, "Are we at the 2-hour mark?"
We hit the 3-hour mark. We appreciate y'all listening. Come and join
We've
us
got
next
a
week.
New commercial that's
the
music for is
we got
playing right now.
Thank you to Twisted
I feel like I'm
Sisters Nutrition.
waiting on my insurance hotline, waiting for somebody to pick up the phone.
Thank you to DUBBY.GG.
Twisted Sisters.
Twisted Sisters.
Sisters.
What is
My
it?
name is Nicholas Cook.
Josh Harrington.
West Dub.
We'll see you next time. This has been Fine by Me. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe.
Thank y'all.
Please subscribe.
Love you. Yes.
Share.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
We
if
gotta
you
subscribe.
just
We
do,
got to get to 100.
do a little
It's been
subscribing
this is
on
almost 100
YouTube.
episodes, and we got 94 subscribers. I
Will
know
you
there's
just cut
more.
this whenever you want?
There's
He's just
more
rambling.
than 90.
He's going off.
There's
the
more
deep
than
end.
94 people that listen to this podcast. I see the numbers. Okay, so subscribe. Hit the button. Hit the bell.
I
Hit
don't
the
know
bell
if I've
button.
ever subscribed to a YouTube
Hit the
channel.
bell button. Love y'all. Bye.
I love you.
West Coast, shake your ass, one leg, me crash, jokes, there, podcast.